Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Mad Capper, and this is another video on Awaken Chaos Era. 7 days later is the new series, a weekly look in on a new account and its progression in the game Awaken Chaos Era. We are in our second look. The reality is it's been 14 days later. I didn't record this last week, but we're starting today. We're going to take a look at my account. I'm going to tell you a few hints and tricks from a brand new noob player that you might need as well. This is not content for the game. This is not going to show you how to beat things. This is just going to talk about general tips and tricks and how to kind of have fun in the first 14 days and every 7 days thereafter. That's the goal of this series. I hope you find it fun. This is really meant for players who are probably playing Raid, might have just gotten into or are thinking about getting into Ace, and maybe this will help them make up their mind by showing you the progression and where I'm at and what my thoughts are of the game at these intervals. This is 2 weeks in. Do I still enjoy the game? Am I still liking it? Is it still something I recommend? So here we are, Ace. First off, my thoughts. I do still enjoy it. I'm having fun. It wasn't that same rush that Raid had. It wasn't this whole new world, but I think it's because I'm playing Raid, and so Raid was my first foray into the category, and I think that makes a big difference. I think if this was my first foray, I think it's a reasonable foray. I still say, look, I'm not a fan of the graphics. The styling is okay. That's not my biggest hate about this. This is better than most others that people have tried to get me to play as far as graphical. I just don't like the definition. I look at these champions here and they feel like they're not quite as sharply tuned, well defined. Think of the early Raid content. Those first champions kind of look bland. Think of the I call them the catfish, right? Champions. Magister looks like Yasmin. It should be Yasmin Bleeth, but then you click on it and it looks like, ooh, no. It's the same thing here. I feel like let's take a look at some of the heroes. Yeah, she looks cool, but when you actually look at her, there's so much more opportunity for real definition in how you've built her out, and the face looks kind of plain and flat, and there's no depth to it quite enough. I think that's what I'd like to see out of this. Is fine if this is the style you've gone with, which makes me feel a lot like League of Legends or Fortnite almost. Maybe not quite that far, but that kind of styling, that's fine. It's better than many of the other ones. It's not anime, so it's something different than a lot of the gacha games out there, which are anime style. But I feel like it just needs to be crisper. I think the little hero tab things here are fine. We can go and burst port. Let's do that as well. That always likes to get the full view. They look fine. I like that's fine. I just think here they could probably be a little sharper on it. But overall, yeah, I'm still enjoying the game. I'm still playing it. I play it every day. I log in. I typically play it alongside other games. That's a great thing about gacha games, is you can do that. And yeah, you can see we've started pushing our roster. We started, concentrating on the champions that we need to have in order to get through some of the content that we'd like to get through. What I like about this game is that although you are a bit champion gated, because there's not as many heroes in this game as there is in Raid Shadow Legends, I think it's easier to level up champions. I think it's a cleaner, more forgiving system. So wasting gear on a champion is not necessarily a thing. It's certainly not something that has been as bad for me as it would be in Raid. So for example, I 6-starred Hydressia. I don't use her a whole lot anymore. I will get back to her in the end game. She's good for some certain areas. But right now, because I have Nathalia and because I have Valeria, I kind of have some pretty good nukers of 2 different affinities. We're looking for a third nuker, obviously a wood nuker. That looks, but we will get him at some point, and I'll show you about that a little bit later. And yeah, so we're running through. I like the game. Now I want to talk to you about a couple things that tripped me up that I didn't know, probably wasted some resources, wasn't a big deal, but I've learned either from other players, like Trig's been helping me a lot, Trigger Happy John. By the way, check his channel out. If you haven't, you're a fool, because it's great. I'm also going to point to a channel that's actually curated by Trigger Happy John, but is part of the Chofly Elite family, of which he and I are both council members. And we'll talk about some of those things. First things first, we talked about Zatlux. He happens to be at the bar stool. Why is he there? Well, let's click on him and show you why. Because there's these covenants, which you do these things, and then you challenge him, and then you get him. And that's important because you want Zatlux. He's a very important champion. He's a wood-based nuker, and he's going to make a lot of different areas very, he's basically the key to many areas. So you can see here, these are all easy. Obviously, the big one is, the arena 200 times about 110. So make sure you're doing your arena battles right from day one. I didn't do that for quite a while, so I'm playing a little bit of catch-up, but that's okay. We're going to get there. We got 90 to go, and arena battles are so far have been cakewalks. I think I lost one once because I accidentally clicked on a champion, and so I just A1'd that champion instead of using my ulti or whatever, and so it was stupid. But that's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. You see, I've already got 2 that I can get. At some point, I will. I'm in no hurry to get them. I don't need them for anything today, so I'm not too worried. But yeah, Zatlux, if you're asking, he's a major way to get. Magic Pass. Always buy these passes. If you're a spender, buy these. The value is amazing. First of all, I got Hector. You see, I've still got 15 days, but I've been playing hard. So look at all the stuff we get. Every level, there's something. Oh, and there's also challenge quests, which get you stuff, right? This was so much more fun. This is what a pass should be. It's not about the oh my god, it's so good. Like, yeah, it's nice to have 3 and 4 star pumpkins and food and coin. I just always felt like I was getting something every day that was important to me, right? Like, it felt good to look in there and, oh my god, I got a obsidian sack, and do I have enough to get the diamond at the end? Do I have enough for Hector? It was all these cool little things, and there's the free one up there, and all the free stuff here is worthwhile. Like, look what you get as a free. Instead of getting rare resources, which you can create 3 or 4 star gear out of, you get 20k experience, which is a big deal. You get a special gear charm, a big one, the 10,000 XP one. That's a big deal. 3-star chickens, 4-star chickens. That's a freebie. And then on top of that, you get this. There's an elite, and then there's an elite plus pack, right? If I recall how to do it. And then you see how I got Hector at level 30. It's just a great. You see, you get some extra ones. There's 2 levels of elite. I obviously quote unquote whaled out, but it's all worth it. It's all gives you stuff that's cool. It's no. I think when you look at these items, they're not over the top or anything near. They're very similar to what Raid's offering out of their gold pack for value, but because it's every single level and because it feels like I'm progressing at a much different rate and it just feels better. And because the things are more immediately useful, it just felt like a better one. And I think the big difference is, and it's a small difference, but I get a legendary champion. If the Forge Pass gave a champion, or even gave a new skin for a champion, I would have bought that thing. And here, this is easily done. On top of that, of course, the challenge quests, which give you these Hero Pass XP as well as the gold currency. So keep that in mind. Very good value out of it. Another thing to note, bonuses, you can turn off your XP potion, so this gives you 100% extra experience from battle. You can turn it on, you can turn it off, you just have to whisper sweet nothings. Just kidding, you have to click it, and that, if you're not doing adventure mode to gain XP, you turn it off. I always forget, but you should do that. Also, there's a gold card and the silver card. I'm using them. One's 20% gold, the other's 20% experience. I think these are worth it. I think this is close to the raid pass, the actual raid pass that you get monthly. It seems like it's worth it. I imagine at some point it may not be worth it, but the other thing is you get the gold card daily rewards and the silver card daily rewards, which is more crystals. So you get a lot. Like every single day you get 400 for having the 2, and that can be a big deal. And I've bought them all to get summon shards. So really fun. So here's something else I want to talk about. So when we summon, and I won't be able to because I just finished doing summons of both flavors, but the advanced summons, those are going to get you the champs you want. You shouldn't be feeding any of these champions. They give you elite, epic, and legendary champions. You do not feed them. Keep them all. Use the normal summons in order. That's your food right there, and I'll show you what I mean by that. But that gives you multiple different styles of food as well. So the reason why I say don't feed your rares or your elites, these guys right here, the blues, is because of hero synthesis. This is the best champion in the game, in my opinion, is Hakron, because he's easy to gear and level because he's an epic, and he's easy to get because he's a fusion or a hero synthesis, and he is usable everywhere. He doesn't give a rat's ass about affinity. He's a strong tanky style champion that's just going to help you get through all sorts of content. So how do you get him? Well, you get Evelyn, and then you get 3 of her. So you get her to 3, and then you get, well, I think she actually starts at 3. Am I mistaken? Maybe starts at 2. You get her to 3, and then you need 3 more of her to ascend her to a 3-star, and you see this 3-star ascension. And you do that with all 4 of these, and you get one. That's how I got mine. Also, another very big champion. Oh shit, what's her name? Oh dear God, what's her name again? Is Santis. She's another mainstay champion that you're going to want to be able to get. So you can get 2 amazing epics through these, and not that difficult. Obviously for me, I only have 1 available here. I haven't had some good Freya luck or Rujago. I think that's my fault. I think I fed some of them, and I'll show you what I did wrong, and so that you don't do the same. And that's banishment. So now you've used those blue shards, you get commons, you get rares, and you get the odd of whatever those are. I want to call them rares, but they're like special. But when you get the other colors, you see I've got these grays here that I've leveled up. There's 2 things that I suggest doing, and this is straight from Trig, is any of the rares, the green bordered, you're going to want to banish them, and that'll give you these essence. You can use these essence to buy stuff, and you're going to want to be able to get your monthly. There's a special shard you get, which can only give you an epic or a legendary. So you want to be able to save up this essence. There's some other stuff you can buy as a shop for the essence. So you're going to want to do the uncommons. Each one gives you 1 of these. So you're going to want to feed all those rares, all those greens into that. Once you've done that, the next thing you do, if you go back to promote, you go to quick promote, and make sure you go down here. And this is one thing. I want those rares elite. That's what they're called. You don't want the rares to be promoted, because you're just gonna feed them off to the altar, to the banishment. And you don't want your elites for the same reason. You don't want your elites to be part of this, because you want to keep your elites. You don't want your elites to be fed into commons to make a 3-star. You want to keep these elite heroes for those things, for those other things. At some point, I'm sure I will understand which ones I need and don't, and then I can go from there and use them for food. But in the meantime, I just want to use my common heroes for food. They're the cheapest ones. They require the lowest amount of experience to level up. So this is going to get them to level 3. They'll actually show up here. I'll show you what it looks like by clicking this on. You'll see this. You'll see the promotion objective. You'll say, here's what the materials are, and this is going to take a 2-star up to a 3-star 20. And that's the auto promotion system at play. I think you can do like 10 at a time, and then you just keep coming back here until it looks like this. There's nothing left, and away you go. So that's a good tip. So the synthesis, the quick promote, the banishment. If you do the promote first, it's fine, because you've gone here and you've unclicked elite and rare, so you're only doing common. So it doesn't matter what order you do it in. After you summons, you can do that at any time. But the other thing I will mention is if you have foodies, which is basically they're little rabbits, or I don't know what they are. They look like Pikachus or something, or they look like this dude right here. Right? By the way, that's very good. Foodie. So those foodies, and I don't have any because I just leveled stuff up today. You're going to want to level, they start at 2 stars. You're going to want to use those first and get those to 5-star, because they're the cheapest, that cost half the experience. And so they start at 2 stars. So before you go and you auto level all your stuff to 3-star, you need to have a couple for any foodies you have. So go into your foodies. They will be under the heroes. What you do is you go to heroes, you go to filter, and you just choose material, because that's what they are, and you'll see foodie here. And you're going to want their 2-star. You want to get them to 3-star. Then you can go to the altar, do the auto, and then feed away the rares, and you keep the rest of them. I hope that makes sense. But it will make sense once you get there. As far as what you're doing, you're probably playing adventure. That's what I'm still doing. I'm currently at 6. Oh, where are you? 6. Yeah, I'm currently working on 6 here. 6-2 epic. We're trugging along really nicely. One of the great things about this game is you get experience no matter what. So if you go in here and we beat these, you see the first time rewards, but you also get excess experience goes into more of this jelly, and the jelly is what you use to level up your champions. So you can actually bring in whatever champions you want to use. Now, this is kind of more of a double nuke strategy, but I can always bring in Hackern for Valeria if I feel like I need the extra beef, usually on boss fights, and it's been working pretty well for me. Again, yet another thing that Hackern excels at. That guy is just a beast. He is easily the best epic in the game, just for his total utility and usefulness. I don't think there's anywhere he's bad. If you look at a tier list, you probably won't find anywhere he's bad. He's either fucking good or just damn good. in everywhere. So make sure that's a first goal, is to get him fused up and leveled up to help your team. Windstrix is good too. She's a speed buff, but the reason why I'm using her is to be able to activate Nathalia. Nathalia needs buffs to be able to be AoE. It's her trait, and traits are an important thing. By the way, if you're here, so let's talk about this first. So right now I'm on 6-2, I'm pushing. But say I'm stuck. Say I can't get past 6-2. Well, what do I want to do? Well, now I want to go back and I want to start leveling up my champions. And I'll show you what I mean. All the rest of my champions are already at as far as they can go. But there is something here. Hydressia, because I stopped using her temporarily, at least for now. Her glyph level isn't as high as everyone else. So what does that mean? Well, glyphs are how you want to glyph this up. It gives you extra bonuses. You see the bonuses here. The other thing you want to do is abilities. So abilities is a specific dungeon. It's actually open right now. I probably should be, but let's talk about glyphs. So I'm going to go in here. It's going to tell me what scroll. I'm going to click on the scroll. It's going to be telling me where to get it. And lo and behold, I can get it from 6-2. But say I'm stuck here. So I can go to 2-2. It'll automatically take me there. And then I'm going to multi-battle. I'm going to fight 10 of them. Let's fight. I'm not going to put that on because I'm not actually going to fight. So say we fought it, did our 10 times, we're back here. Well, now I can just long press on her again. And I can check it now, and I can go on to the next one. And I can click this one, and I can go to 2-5 Mythic, and it'll automatically take me there. I can go to multi-battle, let's fight, cancel. Say that's done, I've done some multi-battles. I can long press her again. And so that's how you want to do it. Even though you're farming XP at this point, because you're still getting the XP, you're double dipping, because now you're getting the materials you need. In this case, the loot details. You see, you can get these Dragon Tooth as good as your new champions come along. They're gonna need it, right? You're gonna get the epic, obviously. You're still gonna get the XP jelly, which is good, obviously, and you're gonna get the summoning crystal, so you can get more food and rinse repeat. So it's double dipping. It's such a smart way to run through adventure mode, especially when you're stuck, is to go back and start worrying about these glyphs to improve your champion. The glyphs in this game are like ascensions, I feel, in Raid Shadow Legends, because the actual ascensions here require ascension material, which is an identical hero or a scroll. These special ascension scrolls are not easy to get, in my opinion. I haven't found an easy way to get them. I'm still new here, maybe they are, but you're probably going to only use those for legendary champions. So, you know, for epic and elite champions that you're looking at, like Rodera, for example, you know, you see the importance here, especially the stats. It's usually Ascension 2 that gives you something more important for your trait. And after that, it's usually just stats. So I thought I had an extra one of her. That's really... I bet you it got fed because I made the mistake of not on that little thing for the banishment. Or sorry, for the auto level. I think I forgot to take it off, and so it used her as a to level someone up, which is just stupid. I hate this game. No, I'm just kidding. I love it. So there we go. What else do I need to know? Spells. You don't need a defense down because you have a spell, a global spell, every 4 turns you can use that does a defense down on all enemies. I currently use a heal over time. If I know it's an area where I'm not worried about death, then I'll switch over to this, which gives me the extra attack. There are some really cool stuff here, but just for everyday farming, I find one of these two is probably the way to go. What else do I got to tell you? If you're ever stuck and you don't know what to do, like I said, you can go in adventure mode and start glyphing up your champion, so you just go back and forth to get all those scrolls. Or there's so many different things you can do. You can go into here for the challenge quest, and you can see, okay, what's next? Quick haul. Obtain 20 element crystals for floor 7 in No Man's Land. Let's do that. Go, right? You can go, you know, and there's several here. You can go into the foodie challenges, right? The foodie guide, and you can say, oh, clear chapter 6 mythic, which is what I'm doing right now. You can go to the quests, and it can tell you daily, weekly, and achievements. You know, I'm already done daily quests. Weekly quests, I can clear Endless Trial 1 time, so let's go to Endless Trial. This game tells you what to do. You can go into your Magic Pass and say, what are the challenge quests I have left to do? There's so many different things you can do in this game, and it tells you to do. So make sure that you're using that to figure out what to do next. That's your what to do next, right? It'll tell you what to do next. Also, don't forget this dude. The bartender's got all the shops. So the gold shop here, I honestly don't know if I'm doing this right. Maybe I'm not, but I'm buying all this shit because I don't know what else to use my gold on. So I don't buy the jelly because that's just easy to get. But the scrolls, hey, it's only 1 scroll, but it's 1 less scroll I have to farm. I don't buy any of the gear because that gear's crap. Diamond shop. So the only thing I'm buying is the advanced summoning crystals. There is a limited of some of these, the foodies, the pumpkins, the charms. So I do buy them all, as you can see. Guild vault. I'm saving up right now. I don't know if I need Yolanda. By the way, there's synthesis here, which is fragment event essentially. I gotta figure out where that is. Where the synthesis is. The arena shop, right? Again, I've been buying some summoning crystals. I imagine some of this gear might be worthwhile. Honestly, I haven't bought it, but it feels like it's 6-star legendary. It'd probably be good. But this is the thing here. Spiritual essence, material used for ascending fire, water, wood legendary heroes. That's what you want. So I got to stop spending here. That's my fault. I got to save up to 2,000 and get this, because your legendary heroes, at the very least, you want them to level 2 ascension, because that's usually when your trait bonus gets unlocked, the extra bonus from your traits. So I'm gonna need one of those. So I got to stop spending so I can get there. Trial shop. I think you're gonna probably want this. This is an epic legendary summons. Although I'm not gonna lie to you, I probably bought some advanced summoning, which is why I don't have anything in the trial shop. Event shop, same thing. I mean, Orca is not a bad champion. He's pretty good, I think. But I'm still getting these suckers. Are you kidding me? Summons, baby. And then the hero. Remember, we were banishing those heroes. This is the essence, and again, you can get one of these ancient summoning crystals here, which is what I suggest is the first thing. Don't do what I did, but instead listen to what I'm saying, not what I'm doing. Get that advanced ancient summoning crystal first, because ascensions are important, and that's how the easiest way to get ascensions, because you're gonna get an epic or a legendary, so you'll get your dupe. I don't think you build dupes in this game. Maybe someone can correct me who's a player, a lover of this game. But don't. So what else do we got? If we go to the altar, we go to hero synthesis. Is it because I can how do I synthesize? See, I don't know how to synthesize champions. Right? I got those little weird scrolls. Someone tell me how. I'll talk. Sorry, I can't give you the answer on that. Maybe I'll pin it. Those little, I've gotten so many of those little fragments, and I know I have them somewhere. Do I just come into here? Matrix? Oh yeah, see here? Matrix. Oh, see, when I get 40, I can summon them from here. I guess this is where you go. You go into your backpack. That's all I have is 3s and 2s? I need 40? Well, that's a bit of a ripoff. Can I get my money back? Anyway, that's fine. So that's, I think that's the bulk of what I have to tell you. Follow your, whenever you see this thing, do it. The bounty hunt's really important. Dispatching. This is just like a mini game. Very easy. It's very unassuming. You get 5 of these every reset. I don't know if you can buy more or get more, but you might as well do your bounty hunts. It's just free resources. What else? No Man's Land is where you get this is your tomes. If you're a Raid Shadow Legends player, this is where you get your tomes. They all go up to level 9. I think this is a legit 9. It might be 8. I think to get through 9, I think I had to use a phone a friend. This is not, Flame Lizard is definitely not legit. Although it probably is now because I have Hackern. I'll find out in 5 hours, I guess. Oh, are they both gonna open? Is it a thing where Sunday they're all open? Oh, raid. Learn here. Holy crap, if they're all open. 7 on Bane Wraith. This is the hardest one for me because I don't have very strong. Well, and I have fire. I have fire champions too. Maybe we'll get further than that. That's good. Arcane Dominator. This is where you get your gear sets. Queen of Tides is where I want to be because it's got the best gear sets. I'm actually better so far at roaring Topa, but we're gonna try Queen of Tides again in a bit here. We're gonna see how far we can get in all these with my champions without having to borrow. Void Tower. This will be pushed through your rookie rewards, or you get a 7 different days rewards, but it gives you like 14 days to complete it, or 13 or 10 or something. But you're going to want to make sure you do the Void Tower. Proving Gate is the endless trial. You do it once a day, I think, or once every couple days. I don't know. So yeah, make sure you're kind of going through there. But yeah, I mean that's probably the best I got for you. Oh, she's got trials. Oh, I already showed you that. So I think that's it. Oh, I do want to show you one last thing. If you're ever trying to figure out, oh, what champions are good or bad, there is a tier list. And I know everyone goes, no, tier list, they're for the evils. Don't listen. They are not. They are very important and they're useful. Don't look at PvE tier. You can delete this if you want. Well, you can't because it's not yours. You can view it, you can save this to your own and delete the PvE tier. What you're looking at is, hey, I'm going to go into Queen of Tides, look at the champions that are good, and if you have those champions, and then you build a team, right? So Hackern, I already talked about. Hackern is just god tier and a lot of stuff you see there. But so I need him. So he's a tank. And then I've got, I don't have Blackhorn, I don't have Gangelo, I don't have, oh, Zatlux. Remember that's the one we got to try to fuse that one. Or sorry, Zatlux is the one from the arena. So we got to do those arena battles. Because look at, he's a 10. He's really good in this. 8.5, Santis. Well, that's another one that we might need that we can get through the hero synthesis. Ciara. Well, we can't get, we don't, that's too bad. Nathalia I have, she's an 8, so we'll probably sub her in. Rudera I have, so that's how you build a team together. But you also have to ask yourself, what do I need? Well, you need to be able to heal, so Rudera. You need some kind of tankiness. Oh, that's Hackern. You need nukingness. Well, currently that is eventually it'll be Zatlux, but for now that's going to be my Nathalia. And then so you're building your team that way to build it out to get as far as you can. Very strong list. It's at Chofly Elite. So if we go to Chofly Elite, of which both Trigger Happy John and I are on the council, if you see there, here we are, Madcapper and Trigger Happy John. So we are both on the leadership team of the Chofly Council. And if you go to Awaken Chaos Area, you see tier list. It opens up and away you go. Again, use tier list responsibly. Use a tier list for what it's made for as a snapshot to show you general usefulness. It doesn't tell you how to build the teams together. It doesn't tell you what synergizes well. It just tells you, hey, this is a hero that you can look at. From there, when you have champions, then go to a content creator and figure out how to use it. So, well worth it. Head over there, choflyelite.com. And thanks for joining me. I appreciate you. For those of you who are here only for the Ace content, I'll see you in a week's time. But for the rest of you, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Please be kind, be safe, and we'll see you in the next video.